So, hi everyone. Uh, I hope that first of all, thank you for staying with us until now, because we had a quite long day already. And this is my session. My name is Hung. I'm the field application engineer from the support team supporting Thailand customer. And actually, before pandemic, I was in another team, but also support some Thailand customer, and I visited Thailand almost monthly. And actually, I had chance to play football with my customer here. So, and hopefully in the future, I will also have chance to play football with some of you guys here. Yeah, and one more thing is that since I joined the current team, I have been sending out product update email to the customer under my care. So maybe some of you already received my email, but now it's the first time we meet in person. And okay, so my session is about my session is about like TI Transceiver Interface. Just a quick one on this. Actually, we have many different product groups under the interface, and today we will focusing on the transceiver only. But you see that TI has a broad portfolio of interface product here. You can see from logic and voltage translation. We have the protection device, and we have like switches and multiplexers. We have isolation, which is the product group that Varun from product line just presented to you earlier. And my session is focusing on the transceiver. Okay, so this is an overview of the TI Transceiver Interface product. So I think that these standards are like familiar with you guys already, right? We have like RS-45, RS-422, we have RS-232. We will have LVDS and M-LVDS, also CAN, LIN, and also CAN SBC and LIN SBC. Besides, we have like IO link and our SIO. This is a new, according to my studying, this is a new recently standards. So yeah, so yeah, actually I know it's a new standard, but if you ask me more detailed question about this, I cannot answer right now. Okay, so this is the diagram showing the relationship between the signal length and the data rate. So you can, I think that most of the standard is familiar with you guys already. So yeah, so like RS-45, RS-422 is can provide you with the longest transmission line length, can go up to like 1,000 meters. And but in terms of the data rate, the highest standard data rate is LVDS. Okay. So to interface selections, what kind of the interface that you need for your design? So that will become based on the parameters like signal type, topology, data rate, and signal length requirement. You will decide which standards can fit your design requirement. For example, right here, if you need differential, you can consider like LVDS, RS-45, and or CAN FD. And if you just need single-ended signal type, then you can consider RS-422. RS-232. And also depends on your system. If you need do you need point-to-point, multi-drop or multi-pon topology. Based on this the parameters, you can select those suitable standards for you. So in terms of device implementation, these are the standard spec. And at the bottom here, you can also has the an idea about advantages of each standards. Like for LVDS, is the low power and offer high speed data transmission. And RS4 RFI is a long distance or it has a good noise immunity. Okay, so next one I will talk about LVDS and M-LVDS. So yeah, just now we mentioned that there are there are two types of the signal type, right? Single ended and differential. So these are the differential data transmission standards showing in this table. And for this is for LVDS and this is the M-LVDS. So for LVDS, like this is the industrial standard that LVDS support, and this is the M-LVDS that support the the industrial standard here. In terms of the topology, LVDS support point-to-point or multi-drop, but M-LVDS support three topologies here, like point-to-point, multi-drop, and multi-points. So maybe some of you might ask, what's different between the what is different between multi-drop and multi-point? So I would like to take this chance to just quickly talk about this a bit. So multi-drop, in multi-drop configuration, there is only one transmitter, and there are maybe more than one receiver. So in that configuration, we call it like multi-drop. And multi-points mean there are more than one transmitter and more than two receiver in the system. So yeah, that is the difference between the multi-drop and multi-points. Okay, so this is the features that TI LVDS and M-LVDS offer. We have like extended common mode transmitter, LVDS devices with the LVDS receiver, which has the extended common mode. Is the voltage range can go from -4 volts to 5 volts. So with this kind of feature, the data transmission can be done over longer distances or in noisier environment. The second one is the integrated termination resistor. So this showing the two use case. The first one is doesn't have the receiver doesn't have the integrated resistor in, and this one is you have the device has the integrated resistor inside. So with this integrated termination resistor, so that means you can save some space or cost for this while using this device. The next one is the receiver fail-safe features. So receiver fail-safe feature can help to maintain the receiver output when the valid input is not available. And we also TI LVDS device also has the high ESD spec, and we can you can use our LVDS device as for fan-out buffering purpose. In clock and data distribution, we have like 1 to 4 up to 1 to 16 output device or two devices. Okay, so this is a selection like of the product portfolio summary of LVDS and MVDS device. So depending on how many channel you need, and do you need like the device, like do you need the driver, receiver, or transceiver, or only buffer? You can pick the right device from this table. So for example, here you can see this device. This device has all the features mentioned just now: ESD, fail-safe feature, and command mode, and also the integrated termination registers. Okay, so in case you are using not TI device and you are looking for a alternative for your existing solution, you can consider TI M-LVDS device here. The next one is the RS-485 transceiver. Oops. I think I will skip this. I'll quickly go through this one. So we have the product support half the flex or full duplex transmission, and we also have like okay. So we have devices for support like 5 volts only, or we also have the devices that support the wire range, voltage range, power supply. Okay, so before. Okay. So these are the features of TI RS-485 that we offer. We have product for which has the integrated ESD or EFT protection. So that means you don't need the external protection circuit for the design. And also this device family have high noise immunity without the wrong data transmission. We also have product family which is which can do the auto polarity correction. That means in some work, I mean in some case when you need your device need to like install from the existing system. So maybe there is a possibility for the user or for the installer to miswiring the device, the wire between the two line A and B. So this kind of device can work properly even when you swapped the two wire. And here we have another family which has the integrated the TVS diode for surge protection, which comply with this IEC standard. So that means that the device has the TVS diode integrated inside the device and provide the protection for the work condition like short circuit or maybe like lightning strike. The next one is the auto direction selection devices family. So for this kind of device, you don't need to use a GPIO pin of the MCU to control which direction of the data transmission you need. This device can be like detect and transmit the data automatically. We also offer the device family which has the burst flow protection. Voltage can go up to from the minus 70 volts to up to 70 volts. So this one is provide a robust solution for to provide the protection for the system. We also has the device which provide the power line communication through the through the RS-485 protocol. So this device can transmit the data over AC to DC line. Okay. So the last feature of TI RS-485 family product is beside the industrial standard packages, which you can like use. For example, like you can use the other not TI, yes, but now you can easily change to TI because we have offered the industrial standard package. And beside this kind of the packages, we also offer the smaller RS-485 transceiver. This is the size of the transceiver here. So so you might want to do the dual footprint layout for this product. So in case you don't want to use the big one, then you can use the smaller one. So this is the example of layout of the SOIC together with the SOT package, or this one is the VSS of SOP with the SOD package. Okay, so that's about the features of the RS-485 transceiver which TI offer. And just now I mentioned about the possibility of looking for a alternative solution, right? So if you are using the existing device and you search this on ti.com, so at the middle of the product folder, TI will TI will show you some recommended alternative, which mostly is like newer device and more robust and higher performance. And also, actually, with the newer device, with the newer technology, the cost is also better. Okay, so if you have a specific part number and you want to check what is the recommended part number that TI recommend, then you can use this tool, and this guy can download from this link. Okay, so just now that is about TI to TI replacement alternative, and this is another tool we call cross reference tool. This is also on at the bottom of the TI page. You can see the link to cross reference tool, and when you key in the existing one from other supplier, we will list down a list of the possible alternative options that TI can offer. These are the TI RS-485 design resource. We have many resources support the designer. And besides, we also have reference design which which implement RS-485 transceiver. So you can take it like reference for you and look for the most suitable reference design and can use it as a reference for your product development. Okay, so this is RS-485 selection. So you can see here we have devices that has the voltage strength can be 3.3 volts to 5 volts, or we have devices that work with 5 volts VC only. And we have also a device that works with 3.3 volts only. And we have half duplex or full duplex transceiver. So you might ask, why does TI has many voltage rails here? So one of the benefits having more options is that, for example, your system is the whole other components, other portion in your design require 5 volts or 3.3 volts only. Then you can select that device, the suitable device for this. But sorry, I should put it this way. For example, you are looking for your existing system is a 5 volts power supply. So you can just look for the 5 volts transceiver for your design. No? Yeah, basically that's a wide range of the selections. You can select depending on your system voltage supply. You can select the suitable one. Next one is RS-232 transceiver. So for RS-232 transceiver, we classify the product into 4 groups here. The flexible single supply, which means like just now for the RS-45, the power supply, also the power supply and also the logic voltage can be flexible from 1.8 volts to 5 volts. And the ESD, high ESD transceiver here, which we has the ESD integrated to support the high ESD protection. Or you need the high speed transceiver here. The transceiver rate can go up to like 1 megabit per second, and also the low voltage transceiver. That is those are the 4 RS-45 product group that we classify into. So yeah, one more thing that I think that RS-232 is one of the most common interface standard, and most of us has been working on with this standard, and it can be used in many different applications. The point here is that depending on how many transceiver, how many transmitter, or how many receiver you need, so you can select the suitable part number. So that's why we offer we have different transmitter and receiver product group here. We have 11, 22, 32, 35, 45, 53, and maybe even like here. Yeah. And one thing you can one product that I would like to introduce to you here is this one. So this one, for example, like in some existing designs, your design only use like 1.8 volts system. So you can, and you need to look for the RS-232 transmission, and then you can consider this one, because this device only can work at 1.8 volts, because I think normally we talk about like 3.2 volts or 5 volts, right? Okay, so I will not talk about detail of this device, but one thing you can consider, you can take notes here is that with the device with the N by E, which means that we have the ESD integrated inside the device. The last one I think is the CAN and CAN-FD transceiver and system and SBC. So for the CAN, we classify into the 3 group. I think the feature like we have the broad portfolio, high performance and device, and also the small packages. For the portfolio, we have CAN or CAN-FD or CAN-FD and SiC device. We also like in terms of the voltage, supply voltage, we have 3 volts devices or 5 volts devices. For in terms of the performance here, we have the integrated IC protection, ESD protection to support this standard. We have like wide burstful protection. The voltage can go up like from minus 70 volts to 70 volts. And also like the temperature support the wide temperature condition. And this is about the package. Okay. So this is the 3.3 volts CAN transceiver portfolio. So here you can see here, like for the data rate, it can go up to like for this family can go up to like 8 megabit per second device. Okay, so this is the 5 volts portfolio. So 5 volts portfolio, you can see that burst form protection we offer like for this family, we can offer like up to like 70 volts. Yeah. So beside the transceiver, we have like SBC. I think that some of you might already know about the SBC, right? That is the device that support the multiple. Function inside one single chip, but it has the CAN or lean transceiver. So this is one of the TI SBC device, TCAN 4550. It has the LDO, integrated LDO. It has the CAN FD transceiver. And also has the like interface here for the system interface here. So this is one of the our CAN SBC. Here is the development support material. You have the evaluation kits. We also have the reference design. Sorry. This is the application notes for CAN. Or you can find from on ti.com. Yeah, that's it for my part. So do you have any question for me? No, right? This one is easy one. So I hopefully this one easy one for you, because the next one is more interesting topic is about the TI GAN. Yeah, thank you.